Hi, I'm Dorian. Welcome to my world of cooking with real food, real savings, where I'm going to teach you how to cook low-cost, low-calorie food without compromising the kind of flavors that you are accustomed to. Well, today we're going to start with something really basic and simple. I wanted to make this first, whatever you want to call it, a show. In my world, it's a show. In your world, it's just like this silly little thing that I'm doing. But it's going to be something exciting because what we're going to do is we're going to take something like ramen noodle soup, okay, which costs about 18 cents a package. I calculated it because I edited it. I bought it at ShopRite on sale, and it was 18 cents for this package. And we're going to make a stracciatella alla romana soup with chicken. So I'm not only going to add spinach, the soup, I'm going to add the chicken to it. Now, if you're a vegetarian, what you could do is basically just eliminate the chicken entirely. The chicken, which I previously poached in advance, was $4.98 for 12 pieces. Today, I'm only using 3 pieces, okay? And I calculated all of this incorporated that into my pricing as well. And this actually is only going to cost 65 cents, if you can imagine that. And what we're going to do is let's start our soup up. I'm going to turn the flame on over here. We're going to start the flame up. We're going to pour in now. We all know ramen noodle soup is very high in sodium. So what we want to do is we want to just add a little bit more water than what they ask for, okay? So instead of putting 2 cups, I'm going to put 2 1/4 cups of water, and we're going to add that right into the pot, okay? The ramen noodle soup is really quick. It's easy. This whole soup can be done in like 12 minutes, even if you poach the chicken yourself at home. Okay, so you're going to take the water, you're going to just like let that boil, and it's going to actually take only a few minutes to boil. And the trick to the soup is we're going to add our own seasoning, okay? The important thing is to not only incorporate your own flavor into the ramen noodle soup, okay, which taking that 18-cent soup, turning it into 60 cents, okay? But that's for 2 servings. Where are you going to eat a chicken soup for 30 cents, okay? You're going to take basically easy things, pepper, and you're going to add a little bit of pepper, maybe about 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and you're going to take a special herb de Provence. It's a wonderful, wonderful seasoning that adds so much flavor, and it's so robust and fabulous. And you're going to add about a teaspoon, or 1/2 teaspoon of herb de Provence into that, okay? And that's good, all right? And then there's another trick we're going to add later, which is the lemon. Aha, the trick with spinach and lemon. It's fabulous. So we'll take our chicken. We're going to start cutting the chicken up, okay, in pieces. We want to make it kind of like slivers, so we're going to cut it in like slivers. And if you're wondering why I decided to do this show, it's really cool because I thought about it. I was watching like Sandra Lee, and I was watching Tyler Florence and Bobby Flay, and you know, all these celebrities on TV, and I thought, everybody's watching these shows, and they're making these they're great shows, but I don't know if they're really getting to the audience the way that we should be getting to the audience. Real food, real savings. I mean, they have shows where they're showing, oh, bargain for the bang for the buck and all this and that, but are they really getting to the crux of it? So I said, you know what? Let me just do something for fun, help people devise and take away the fat in the food that they're used to. Let's make a show, let's make a little thing here where we can eliminate the fat, use products that don't compromise that fat that you're used to in like your creams and your gravies, and substitute that for something that's low fat but tastes really delicious, okay? So what you want to do is take 3 strips, okay? And if you go to ShopRite or A&P or whatever stores in your neighborhood, look for something that goes completely on sale. You want to make sure, keep this up on high here, on this flame here. This is almost ready to boil. And you want to get something on sale, and then you can just use 3 strips of this. This is going to be good for 4 servings. 1.5 strips for 2 servings, 3 strips of chicken for 4 servings. Right now, we're only going to use half of this because we're only going to do a 2-serving portion, okay? Because we're going to use 1 package ramen noodles with a half of this, all right? So our water is already boiling. Can you imagine that? It's only been like, what, 1.5 minutes? You're going to take the ramen noodle packet. You're just going to apply that, put that right inside in here. It's really easy, simple. Then you're going to take your noodles. And what I like to do with the noodles is I like to cut them in 4 pieces. It's so much easier than when you do it in like the whole lump. It just seems like it doesn't cut correctly. So I cut it in half, I cut it in another quarter, and then I put in the quarter, and then I cut the other. So it's 4 quarters that go in there. And it's simple, it's easy beasy. And then you just take that and you're going to like just stir that around, okay? And remember, ramen noodles only takes 3 minutes to cook, which is really fast. You come home from work, you're really tired. Who has time to cook a huge meal? You want something fast, easy, and especially if you're on a budget. I know that there's a lot of single people out there, there's a lot of families out there. You don't have a lot of money to spend on a whole big huge meal, but you want to feed your children, your family, healthy. This is the way to do it. You're knocking down the sodium by adding the extra water. You're adding herb de Provence, and you're adding the pepper for extra spice and flavor. And you're adding the chicken and spinach for the texture. And it's also adding protein and vitamins. You can't go wrong. It's a win-win situation. And you're also doing it for like 60 cents a serving, which is unbelievable, okay? So now your ramen noodles are cooking. Now I've already prepared the spinach in advance. Now the spinach was $1 steamable, okay, for a whole package. You're only going to use half of that, all right? You're not going to use the whole thing. So actually, we're actually going to only use a quarter of it because 50 cents is all we need for a quarter portion, okay? So we're going to take a quarter portion of this and I'm going to put it right inside these ramen noodles, all right? Again, so simple, so easy, and yet so healthy and so beneficial. All right, so take half, which is our 50-cent portion of spinach, chopped spinach, steamable in the bag. You buy it on sale, okay? And it's a nice, healthy sized portion too. It's not cheap. It's a good sized portion of spinach in there to add with your chicken, all right? Now, as that's cooking, you want to also add your lemon juice. And actually, before you use lemon juice, you always want to give it a little shake because sometimes it gets stuck on the bottom. The sediment gets stuck on the bottom. Okay, and I would say about 2 tablespoons, actually. You might think that's a lot, but 2 tablespoons is perfect. It'll really add a nice flavor. Really, really tremendous flavor. With the herb de Provence, it'll add terrific flavor to it. Okay? And then if you have some hungry little babies down here like I do, then you might give them a little piece of chicken like this just to keep them a little quiet. There you go. All right. Now, as I said before, we're going to take only half of the chicken. Whoops. And we're just going to take this chicken and we're going to add it right to the ramen noodles with the spinach. Meanwhile, it's still cooking. Okay? Now, can you imagine coming home from a long day? Oh my God, I know what that's like. And you really, truthfully, don't feel like cooking this great meal. All you have to do, take a few strips of chicken breast, poach them. It takes approximately maybe 7 minutes total. This takes another 3, 4, 5 minutes at best. In 12 minutes, you're going to have a meal that's fit for a king. And if, like, say you just want to like do something like a nice bread, you can do a bread basket. You can do garlic bread, which is another easy beasy thing to do, and it's economical. You can take a piece, like even a small French roll for 69 cents, okay? Cut it in half, toast it, put a little, first before you toast it, put a little butter and garlic on it, little paprika, perfect. Garlic powder you can use substitute for regular garlic, which is wonderful. Pop it in the toaster oven for like 5 minutes at best, 4 to 5 minutes at 350. You'll have nice garlic, piece of garlic bread with your spinach soup, your stracciatella alla romano. Now, here's the wonderful kick to this soup. Okay, if you take a look at this, it's just unbelievable. Okay? You're going to add your Parmesan cheese, which is really going to be like the piece de resistance in your stracciatella alla romano soup. This is wonderful. All right, you're going to cut the heat. You want to stop the heat now on this, okay? Cut it off. All right, and you're going to put in some Parmesan, Pecorino Romano, all right? And you're going to take that and you're going to stir it up, and it's going to make a little bit of a thicker consistency in the soup. because of the cheese. All right? And the fat isn't that bad because you're only going to add about 2 tablespoons of cheese to it. But the flavor is unbelievable. It gives that nice, nutty, delicious, cheesy flavor that we love. Really like good, old-fashioned home cooking. And here we go. Here we go. There it is. And here you have this great soup, low cost. It costs basically nothing to make it. And it's so simple, so easy. I can't even begin to tell you how wonderful it's going to be. And your family's going to love it for the amount, and especially for the amount of money you've spent. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. Here's a nice, delicious, hot bowl of soup. And this is a big portion. Per person, 33 cents to be exact. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. You can cap it off right here with a little extra cheese. You can use your chicken later on and make more. Put a little extra cheese, like a small little dose of cheese. Take your spoon. There it is. Unbelievable. We did that all in like a few minutes. It's amazing. Spinach, chicken breast, and you use your ramen noodle soup, a little lemon, and a little grated cheese. And here you have this amazing dinner that can be made in like 12 minutes when you come home from work on a cold, blustery day to feed your family for 33 cents a person. Isn't that amazing? Well, enjoy it. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, it's so good. It's amazing. You guys got to try this. Oh, if you could just taste that. Delicious. And the smell and the flavor. The herb de Provence, exquisite. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm going to show you again next time on Real Food, Real Savings back here. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless.